or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to talk about what's going on with Prismatic Evolutions. It seems like things have gotten a little bit easier in the past couple of days, and I do mean the past couple of days in terms of picking up Prismatic Evolutions. It also seems like this might not last. So I think we need to talk about this now. And we might as well start off with what has been the big new product for Prismatic Evolutions, the Lucario EX and Tyranitar EX Premium Collection. This is a bit of a godsend, frankly, for anyone that's been trying to get hold of Prismatic Evolutions. Now, it's not easy. I'm sitting here in the UK right now. This is an exclusive at Sam's Club. Sam's Club is not in the UK. It's in the US. I'm a little bit sad about this, frankly. I would like to pick up this product. But what we've got here is basically a couple of promos. You know, you've got stamped versions of Lucario and Tyranitar. They're not alternate art, they're just stamped. And then we've got a Jumbo Lucario, which to be fair is exclusive, because it's a Jumbo. And then we got 14 packs. Now, I don't know the exact number of these which is going to be made available. I've seen some numbers over on the interwebs, but I need you all to take this with a little bit of a pinch of salt. But I saw somebody on Facebook claiming, and I'm sorry, I cannot find the post. If you know who it is, please pop it in the description. I will pin it. I've been looking and I can't find it. But they said that they have apparently seen numbers that there's going to be 160,000 of these made available online and 460,000 of these that are made available in stores. Again, we need to take this with a pinch of salt because these aren't numbers that are made publicly available, but these do sound in line with similar kind of products and similar kind of places. So, potentially true. Take of a pinch of salt, this is what I'm hearing. That gives 620,000 of them around, 14 packs per box, and that's just a tiny bit under 8.7 million packs getting out into the wild. 8,680,000 if you want to be pedantic, and I do. Now, the reality is, places like Sam's Club, they don't come out and make an announcement of, hey, dudes, here's how many packs of Prismatic Evolutions we're making, here's how many of these products we're releasing, here's how many are available and made online and in-store, and all. It just doesn't happen. Sorry about that. But I've seen these numbers being shared. I didn't see people coming along with anything specifically to dispute them, which does often happen where they are completely out of the ordinary. So maybe these numbers aren't perfect and they're not exact. Maybe somebody's seen the ordering sheet and is sharing it with us. I don't know. But this Sam's Club drop seems to have been a decent sized drop, getting a bunch of packs out there, and that is absolutely wonderful. Now, this did drop yesterday, so go check your local Sam's Club. I'm going to go ahead and assume that buying them online is going to be a nightmare no matter how many they put up there. So yeah. You know, I'm seeing tweets from people like Sports and Hype. I was able to get a couple of these within the first couple of minutes. Seems like it wasn't so easy for most, and I think that's a good way to put it on. And any ridiculously popular product put online, this is going to happen. I don't like this. Nobody likes this. That's the way it is. But it seems like from what we're hearing, more of these are made available in store. So go and check your local Sam's Club. No, I don't think it's going to be ridiculously easy to actually pick up. I'm sorry. But, you know, it is out there. Now, we do need to do a little bit of a follow-up here. I'm sorry. But obviously, this was a $65 product when it was made available over on Sam's Club. That's what I'm being told. And, yeah, if we go over to eBay, we can have a little bit of a look at what people are selling it for. It's not great. Basically, 2 to 2.5 times retail is what we're generally seeing. Kind of 130 to 150. And I'm sure there's a bunch of, well, there are people selling it a bit more than that. But this seems to be about the average, is 130 to 150. Yes, it sucks. Yes, I wish people would stop doing this. Yes, it's incredibly annoying. I want to live in a world where people that want the products buy the products, and people that don't want the products don't buy the products. Because where we are at the moment is just a bunch of scalpers who have got nothing better to do. And honestly, if you've got this much time, like, there's got to be better ways to earn money than earning like $60 or less from buying these and reselling. This cannot be the best way to earn money for intelligent people with skills. There's got to be better ways to earn money. People are doing it. I wish they wouldn't. Boo! Never mind. Now, I've been tracking this one because I told you this one was coming. But something else happened yesterday, which I find very interesting. This comes from Jason Stewart over on Facebook, who's telling us that Walmart dropped a huge wave of prismatic stock, including around 180,000 surprise boxes and poster collections, and then suggesting that when this happens, generally speaking, you're going to have people cancelling for whatever reason, or, you know, maybe payments failing, whatever. So keep an eye on Walmart over the next couple of days. Some of these things might be restocked. And then they included a couple of images there to show that they did, in fact, order what they said they were going to order. Now, the poster collections, and I like the poster collections, don't get me wrong, but the poster collections for me are very much kind of, it's fine. You've got your promos, which aren't even really promos like that. They're kind of boring. But then you've got the surprise box, and the surprise box is a weird one to me, because the surprise box kind of came, sold out, and I've not heard very much about this being restocked, which is a little bit sad. Remember, it had the promos where they're just the evolutions from the set, but with the set logo stamped on there. They are, they're not the most exciting promos ever, frankly. But, you know, you can get like a stamped Umbreon, for instance, which is the one everyone's going crazy for. These are, I've kind of ignored this product. I've had as much Prismatic Evolutions as I really need to buy. And then you add in the fact that it's getting massively increased for these promos, which are just regular ones stamped. It just doesn't seem like it's that important to me. But if you add these two together, what we basically see is a new product coming at Sam's Club at the same time that Walmart's dropping a big restock. And I think and I don't know, I cannot stress this enough, but I do feel like we might be getting to the point where this is going to start getting more difficult. I hope this keeps going, let's be perfectly clear, but the set came out on the 17th of January. That was over 7 months ago, the first wave of products anyway, things like the Elite Trainer boxes. So we are over half a year away from the initial launch. And since then, there's been a whole bunch of sets that have been releasing, including, of course, Black Bolt and White Flare, which is another mini set, extra set, phrase it how you will. And I'm not saying they're not reprinting this, cannot stress that enough, not saying that. What I am saying is that every company has to make decisions about the capacity in their factories. Here we're talking about which cards can be printed. So how much longer can they really dedicate capacity towards this, especially when things like Mega Revolution are going to be coming around? That's going to be a big set now, isn't it? So my advice to you guys is, if you want it, and I'm sure most of you are, I don't think I need to tell you this, but I would recommend going after these products if you're in a position to do so and you see them around you. And the good news is, and I've been kind of hinting at this lately, all of this has been having a good impact on the singles for Prismatic Evolutions. They have been going down across the board. I mean, I've talked about the Umbreon, for instance, but take something simple like the Flareon. Good, playable evolution. It's been going down pretty nicely for 6 months, but you'll notice, you know, from the middle of June to now, it's gone down by $30, which is somewhere in the region of 1/6-ish. And this is happening across the board. The set is getting a lot cheaper and a lot easier to find in terms of singles. And I know that $165 is still a lot for a single. I also know that trying to pull the exact evolution that you want from Prismatic Evolutions is not an easy thing to achieve. So a lot of the time for these singles, if you're looking for a particular card anyway, singles are the way to go. And when the singles are coming down, this is indicative of a set which is getting a little bit easier to find. And I'm not saying easy. I'm saying easier. I'm saying that across the board, it's been a little bit easier to get hold of these. Dragapult has been the best deck in the format for a while, or at least one of them. But look what's been happening to the Special Illustration Rare. It's one of the big non-EV Special Illustration Rares in the set, and yet price has been going down. Frankly, at the moment, this is all good news. The Sam's Club product, wonderful news. Getting more things out there. And yes, I know the scalpers have been out in force and that sucks, but regular people are getting it as well, and there are a lot of them out there. Walmart doing a restock. I don't know if it's a reprint or a restock, it doesn't matter. Unless you've got insider information, those terms are basically interchangeable. It just means more are coming onto the market, so I don't know whether it's a reprint or a restock. I wish I could tell you definitively. But the point is, that's been happening. Singles are coming down in price, and it's not perfect, and I'm not pretending or claiming it's perfect. But I am telling you things have been getting better lately, and I think this is wonderful. I hope it keeps getting better, but for now, we are in a better position than we've been lately, and that is at least something to be a little bit happy about. But I want to know how happy you are. I want to know how your Prismatic Evolution hunt has been going. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Get us! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Smash Cafe, who have been supporting for a while now and seem to be awesome. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.